Hello everyone, this is Aun. Today I'm going to show you what is JavaScript array and how to declare JavaScript array and how to deal with it. So I'm gonna use W3 School's provided tutorial for this. So what is JavaScript? JavaScripts are used to store multiple values in a single variable. It seems a bit confusing. So what could we say easy way? You can see there's a variable car and it's holding three values, these values. So what do we mean by array? First of all, we need to learn what is a variable so we can proceed to array. Uh, and variable can only hold one value at a time, just like this. I created a variable var. var is a sign for declaring variable, and I named the variable demo and I assign it the value 5. This is variable. The limitation with the variables are that they can store only one value at a time. But if we have to work with a large data set, with a large objects, massive amount of objects, we have to use JavaScript array, or simply array in JavaScript. So the question is how to create an array. Declare an array. Oh, one more thing. An array is a special type of variable. We can say an array is a variable, but it is a special type of a variable. Don't confuse about array and variable. Just thought it is array is a simple or sorry a special type of variable. The way is same. We have to write var variable call sign for defining an array, and I'm naming the array demo. When we are defining an array, we use square brackets, and in between square brackets, we can write those values which you want to store in that array. Just like this, I'm gonna store test CS101. Remember to put the comma in between this. 6. I can put many values in this array, and and don't forget to put semicolon after every JavaScript statement. So this is how we define an array. First of all, call sign that you are defining a variable is where, the name of the array, and the identifier. These brackets, these square brackets tells us tells the browser that you are using array instead variable. You are not only limited to put values in a horizontal way, just like we were doing before, but you can also store the values in a vertical column vertical order as you can see here. And this is a variable car array because it's using square brackets and these are the values between them. So that's the way. there is a one more way to define an array, which is you wrote where cars the name of the array, and you have to define new array. You wrote new array, and after that you wrote brackets on brackets. Both the ways same works, but I would prefer the first way, which was using square brackets instead using round brackets and new array. I would prefer the first method. It's up to you whatever method you would like to use. Now we will talk about how to access the elements of an array. Just like this, students in a class, every student has assigned a roll number, which is used to call that or to find the record of that student. Just like this, in JavaScript, we use index number to referring the specific object of the array. Normal life, we assign roll number from 1 and so on, 1 to positive series. But in JavaScript, we start from 0, which means there are 3 elements in this array, you can see. So it won't be called 1, it is called 0. It is 1 and it is 2. It is 0, it is 1, it is 2. And if I add one more thing, one more object in this, like data, and then it will be assigned the value 3, the index number 3. It's 0, it's 1, it's 2, and it's 3. So if I have to print the value and the specific object from the array, I would use its index number. Document that get element by ID. It's a method that JavaScript is used to to access the specific elements. And we use, if I want to print data, I will use index number 3 because it's 0, 1, 2, 3. Now look at here, into 3. That means data. If I add one more object, and if I have to print this, the index number would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you can see. That's how JavaScript access elements of an array. Now, what if you want to change the specific value on a specific number in JavaScript array? First of all, you will write the array name. The array name is cars. And if you want to change the value of first term, which is either sab, it is index number, its index number is 0, and you want to change the value of index 0 to opal. Here is an example. First I add an element in the array. Here you can see. And I want to change the value of data to something else. So first of all, I have to know the index number of the element which I want to change. So the index number is 0, 1, 2, 3. The index number is 3. So I will write 3 here, and I will write the value which I want to change it with. And It would be anything I wrote. Java. So it would be Java. One more thing here. If you want to print to view the whole array on the screen, you would use document.getElement by id inner.html and cars. It will print the array car. It is what we were talking about, how to access the full array. You have to write document.getElement by id and the id where would you like to change the value. It is a basic JavaScript. In an HTML because I want to change the value and cars. Just type the variables, but don't forget to take care about the spelling because if I write the car and if cars here, it will not show anything like this. So I think it's enough for today. We will talk tomorrow about JavaScript methods, arrays, and I'm gonna close the class. If you have any question, you can ask me.